She is completely unexplainable. You think she's a good girl, but once you get to know her, you realize she's everything. She's crazy. She's funny. She's honest. And you never know what you're going to do next.
Woo! Hey, guys. I'm so glad you all came back. Please post below if you can see us, hear us. This is Richie Covitz, the famous bachelor that I run into every once in a while for coffee in the morning. And Richie has a take on what men are looking for dating. Richie is handsome, as you can see, 65. You know, he's experienced dating. He's experienced being a father. He just had a daughter, his second daughter, get married last weekend. So, Richie, can you share with us?
Have a girlfriend.
And he has a wonderful girlfriend that I've met. Can you share with us what it is you are looking for? I know that you've gotten your feathers a little ruffled by the last couple of videos I've done with some women saying what they're looking for with men. But we want to hear what you are looking for in women.
Well, I'm looking for, I think men, I think what turned me off is that the women around here, and I love all the women around here, don't get me wrong. I just think that they have this expectation that men still have to follow their rules at this point in our life.
Okay.
And I don't see it that way anymore. I think most guys don't either.
Well, why is that? Why do you feel that way?
Well, I think that, look, back in the day, when we were in our 20s, women made all the rules. 30s, they had the power. They had the, they knew how to get a guy and keep a guy. But once, life happens and it's not, and you get divorced and you go through life and you raise your kids and you got a few shekels and you got a personality and you look good. We now are in charge. We make the rules. Men are in charge, you're saying. Right. And a lot of women don't want to see it that way. They don't want to comply. We still have to follow their lead. And quite honestly, the feminists end up losing in the long run, in my opinion. And I've talked to a lot of guys out there, and they agree as well.
Feminist. Now, would you call me a feminist, Richie?
No, you are not.
What would you call as a feminist?
A woman who thinks she doesn't need a guy and can make all the rules and can. I think women forgot how to treat men like men, and it's not about control, but it's about respect.
I agree, and I don't believe. I've said before, I don't believe you can have a relationship with someone if you don't respect them.
No, you
correct. Hey, please message down below and let me know you guys can hear us. Okay, I had them turn down the music because I know they're getting a little bit crazy here in Meisner Park at Calaveras. That's where we are today. And I wanted to make sure you could hear us. So please message down below and let me know if you can hear us. If you have any questions, we can see them. So let us know what you want to ask this bachelor here who has a girlfriend, a bachelor who has a girlfriend that he's madly in love with, but
because she makes me feel like a man.
And go ahead and tell us what the difference is.
She's not afraid to show it. She's it's crazy. I tell my friends, like, when I get out of the shower, I know this is going to sound crazy, she doesn't even want me to bend down. She wipes me down. I said, I don't need that, but she insists. Now, she's not from this country. So there's a difference between American women and foreign women.
You've mentioned that to me.
And I was out to dinner with 12 guys the other night, all divorced and some remarried. And I said to them, what do we all have in common? And they couldn't figure it out. I said, we're all now with foreign women. And I think the reason for that is eye-opening, because American women are more entitled. And a foreign woman is more willing to show their femininity and submissiveness in order to keep their man happy.
I know you've mentioned to me that what you really like about your girlfriend is that she periodically throughout the day sends texts to you and lets you know how important you are to her. Right?
Out of nowhere, she'll say, you're the best thing that ever happened in my life.
And I think that's
And that's
interesting
after
to know.
9 years.
Yeah, and I think that's interesting to know because I have been taught by American society that I should not let a man know that I care, right? I think I've talked to you about that a little bit.
Yeah,
haven't
a little
I?
bit, yeah.
So what do you think about that? Like, are we supposed to keep the man guessing? You know, at what point do you stop keeping a man guessing, Richie?
I don't know if it's a guessing. It's just like, I think that, look at women know how to, women are attractive. I mean, doesn't matter if they're American or from anywhere. It's just a matter of, do they think that they still have that control I saw a woman on your podcast, and I love the podcast, but she annoyed me with her rules. And it's like, and I wanted to reach across the podcast and say, listen, honey, you don't make the rules anymore. I know you think we have to do this and that for you to be interested. We don't care. Next, get to the back of the line is really what we're thinking. I'm just saying it out loud.
Well, you're saying it at this point in your life. Now, would you say at the age of 20s or just out of college, you would have said the same thing?
No, but I think that a lot of guys don't have as much confidence and they don't have game at that point. They're learning about themselves. And I think women at that age know that they have, they're sitting on a fortune, so to speak, at that point. And
you mean at what point they're sitting on a fortune?
I'm saying it, they're sitting on a fortune, and they use that.
Okay.
They know it, and the guys know it too. But as you get older,
when they're young.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty brutally honest, so that's the way.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. You ask me, I'll tell you.
I appreciate that. No. Well, so anyway, what I saw on one of my I have dated men who have gotten me, avoidant men. What do you think about that? What do you think about that term, avoidant men? Do you know what that means?
No.
That is a man who, the closer you get to him, he pulls back. He pulls back to the point where he's
probably dating. He's probably not ready to commit, and he doesn't have to. The thing is, at this point in our life, we're the commodity. That's what I'm trying to say. The men are the commodity. Now. And women hate to admit that, but it's true. And so they are, for them to have certain rules, they need to abolish those. They need to conform a little bit more than they did 20, 30 years ago.
Okay. And how do you think they should do that? But I mean, as in the dating pool, like before we get to the situation where your girlfriend is, where she can just text you and say she loves you, and by the way, Richie and his girlfriend live apart. They live states apart, and that's something I think is amazing. They once lived together, and now,
we're moving here, and so we're cleaning up our stuff before she comes down full time.
Right. So this is a challenge right now, though, because
we don't find it a challenge.
But that's what I want to hear about. Like, how do you keep it fresh so it's not a challenge?
Funny that's a good question, because when you are apart, and because you've been together so long, it makes you actually feel closer when you do finally get together. The passion is there. All the check marks go off, and it's just really it's wonderful. It's very nice, and again, she's okay with being loving, doting, and she's gorgeous. And
she is gorgeous.
And the thing that's important is that it's the women today, they go out there and they spend all this money on makeup and nails. And
I'm not spending money on nails. He's laughing at me because every morning I'm trying to get my nails to come off at Starbucks. I still haven't got this science figured out, how to get these nails off my hands. I'm saving $10 by doing it myself, let me tell you. But it's a process. I still don't have my nails off.
It's hysterical.
I carry my tin foil and my paper towels into Starbucks in the morning and trying to get them off. But anyway,
that's very funny. What was your question? How does she do that? No, it's not a challenge anymore. It's good. It's like everyone says, oh, you have to work at it. I disagree. A good relationship, there's no work. It's easy.
Exactly.
It's really easy.
Exactly. It is.
I'm not saying no one has fights and no one has this, but I think.
And when it feels like work,
to me, that's a red
or
flag.
when I feel jealous, if I'm in a relationship where I start to feel jealous, I'm out. What do you think about that? When your partner makes me feel jealous?
Well, they shouldn't make you feel jealous. They should be aware of what you need, and that's.
Well, they should be in a perfect relationship, like what you have. But you're in a relationship that.
Here's a good point. I'm glad you said that too. I love when guys eyeball my girl. I'd rather have a good-looking woman on my side, or even close to me, than an ugly-looking woman. If they don't look at her, I didn't do anything right. To me, I'd rather have a hot babe and a good-looking woman, and a woman doting on me, than somebody that's I'd rather have a 10, in my opinion, on my side than I want to be that a 7 who thinks she's a 10.
Right.
And these women out there also, they put on all these, they buy these clothes. Some women do too much work.
Okay.
Some women don't do enough.
Right.
And I think that's a problem too. You're competing out there with there's a lot of beautiful women down in Florida, let me tell you. So you're competing out there and they all feel they have like the golden Kanish, if you know what I'm saying.
Something you're sitting on. Now that I know the term.
Yeah. And, but they're not. You have to earn.
They're not sitting on gold anymore.
You have to
at the age of 50s.
Yeah, especially those ages, you have to earn it.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So something you said to me one time is men don't give away fans. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Men don't give away.
Didn't you say that to me? Men don't give away fans.
Fans?
Fans. Because you said that I thought this was you that said this to me, was that your girlfriend is your biggest fan. Didn't you say that to me?
Oh yeah.
And men don't give away fans.
Yeah.
So that's another thing along the lines of let him know how wonderful you think he is, right, Richie?
Oh, without a doubt. Don't think because you had a good year you can stop complimenting each other. Don't think you can't stop loving.
Even after 9 years, like you're in a relationship,
gets better all the time.
And
because it's easy.
And you said to me today, you say to me repeatedly, you think the reason why you guys can keep it going is because you do FaceTime all the time.
Yeah.
Like.
I must talk to her. I already talked to her today about 7 times. And each one of them was FaceTime. And I'll do another 7 before bed.
Right. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome relationship.
And that's why you say, I have to say though, in a distant, right now we're in a little bit of distant things going on, but if it wasn't for FaceTime, it would be more difficult.
Right.
That being said, people find a way to work through that.
Okay, so how does a man want a woman to make him feel? Like, I think I know the answer to this from what you've already said, but
wanted, appreciated. It's not just about what they can buy you or do for you, but just the fact that they say to you, I could be anywhere with you and I'm happier. I still get the flutters. You want a guy to feel that. A guy will not give a woman up if they make you feel like, wanted in a man. You're not going to give, if somebody, that's why sometimes you see these 5s with these 10s. The 5s are with the 10s because the 10 might be the guy or a girl might be a little bit insecure. But you're not going to give up somebody who thinks you are the best thing that walked on this earth. Why would you get rid of that?
But at what point is it okay to let them know that you think they are all that?
There's no rules. You do it because you feel it. There's no rules. Everyone has these rules. They read too many books and they read them and just go with your gut. That's my opinion.
Okay. All right. Now you said guys like submissive. And so how can you tell that in a first conversation? You once told me that. Like a man likes a woman that's submissive.
I think they just sense it. I mean, the way they look at them, the way they, a woman, look at, when a woman touches, or a guy touches, they're showing signs of warmth and love and admiration or interest. If they're not doing that, they're looking around while you're talking, you're not going anywhere fast.
Okay. All right. So I'm always wondering this too. Like when a man and a woman are together and the man is going to walk the woman, like maybe they just met, first date or something at a bar. And the man is going to walk the woman out to the car. Is the man expecting anything from that? Is the man, or is he just doing that to be a gentleman? Or is he expecting a kiss or something like that, or
I
even
think
more.
I think you just catch the vibe before a guy's walking a woman to a car. He's already felt the vibe. I mean, and I think that woman, he knows you. She wants to get kissed. You know?
Well, what if you're just friends?
Well, then you just say, "I'm glad you got to your car, and I hope you get home all right."
Okay, yeah, because that's happened a few times. I'm wondering.
I mean, if you're not giving him any sign like that, you're interested in it. Why would he even go further?
Okay, so another thing that I've heard is that men like peace.
Oh, God,
Like a woman that brings them peace. Do you want to elaborate on that?
I don't think anybody at this point, at the end of every day, a man doesn't want to fight any more battles. They're battling their whole day long to try to make things happen, make life right, so they can give to their families, their kids, make sure they can pay their alimony. and they can have, we're not looking for battles. They're looking for warmth. They're looking for great sex. They're looking for a good meal. And not that they have to buy them one every time either.
Right.
It's just, that's about, that's the closest.
And we talked about this too today. So who do you think should pay the bill on a date?
Well, I think I'm more traditional than I think the guy should pay. But it depends who asks. Sometimes, I've had women pay in the past for me on a date.
Speak up. Speak up.
I've had women. I was burping. I had women pay for me on a date in years past, but it's not necessary. I think there's a little bit of tradition that should be out there.
Does it make you feel good when a woman offers to pay? Is it necessary?
It's nice, but it's not necessary. No.
Okay.
I think that's going a little too far. That's the feminine.
I feel that way. I do feel that way.
That's like, I don't think.
I feel like if a man is expecting me to offer, it's not the guy for me. So,
by the way, thanks for the beer.
Oh, my mind. Anyway, so another thing, if a man cheats on a woman, is it her fault?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Speak up.
No, I wouldn't say that. I think that
you're like, I wouldn't say that.
No. There's no connection there if you start cheating. I mean,
there's not there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just.
What's the reason in having a relationship with someone who's cheating on you? Correct?
Oh God, yeah. That's not okay. It's never okay either way. It's not. That's not something that's condonable at any level.
And what I heard from one of these dating people, he said, "What one man won't do, another one will, for the right woman." What do you think of that?
Yeah, probably true. For the right woman, yeah, absolutely.
And I also understand that we should stop accepting. Hey, look, this is just how I am.
It's not, but it's just not. It's not about money. What he won't do, like financially. It's about if a guy's reaching over to touch you, whatever. If for the right thing, he's doing it because he's interested.
Right.
It's all about those nonverbal cues as well.
Okay, and I also understand that a man will treat you how he feels about you. When he shows you how he feels, you need to believe him.
Absolutely. We're not as demonstrative as a woman. And we don't always speak that the lingo in that way. So yeah, no, I think that women, I found that when I'm out, even me going out here at night, women are more outwardly, it's a different game. The women in their 40s and 50s are more aggressive, I would say aggressive, and they're more, they'll talk to the guy first before a guy would even have to talk to the woman.
Oh, I think that's true too. Big time.
But, go back 10, 15 years ago, that ain't happening.
Which brings me to the feeling that if I have to compete for a man, I'm out. I'm not interested.
Well, it's not competing.
I'm not going to compete.
No,
I'm not going to talk over the woman that's talking over to get your attention.
Oh,
do you think I'm wrong?
No, I don't think you have to over-talk them, but I mean, yeah. But you have to still initially show you're interested. He'll make the choice.
Yeah, but I've been in situations where
same with a woman.
At this point in our lives, at 50 women, I hate to say it, some women are so desperate that I feel like they just go all in, balls to the wall. If there's someone out there that's attractive, and of course, we all are attracted to basically the same thing. Right. A successful man who's honorable, looks like he tries to put himself together, looks like he cares about what he looks like. smart, successful. That's what we all want, right?
Absolutely.
So when there's a woman out there that sees that and she's going to throw herself at the guy, I'm out. He can have her. She can have him.
Well, yeah, you're not looking to compete. I don't blame you. I mean, that's not necessary.
You don't think that's wrong?
No. Some guys are just not. They're not going to just dismiss a person that's talking to them, even though they might want to talk to somebody else.
Right.
So sometimes it's just about courtesy.
Okay, so then another question I have for you. This came up recently. I was excited about telling someone that I thought was important to me about something that happened during my day. And then at the end, he was like, oh gosh, you got so much information, so much of the story, and he didn't want to hear it. So what do you think of that? Like, if they're interested in you, don't they want to hear your stories, or do they just want to hear clip notes? Was I wrong?
No, that's just rude. That's just not that he's not interested. It's just that's not good social skills. You know what I mean? It's just not nice.
Right. Okay.
You're a nice person. You should be heard and listen. Everyone needs to be heard.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So then my final question for you is to have a successful relationship like you do with your girlfriend living where she is how could my viewers have a successful relationship like you have, with all the love you have between you and your girlfriend, and be distant? How do you do it? How do you make it work?
Because we've had many years constantly together. We still live together. We live together. She's an interpreter. She speaks 6 languages fluently. She works at a hospital. It's very
well. I know she's amazing, but like for me, okay, like if I would meet someone and they live part of the year,
you need to have time together first. You just can't do that. I don't think that's doable. You need to have years together.
So I need to tighten my profile on Tinder and Bumble. Is that what you're saying?
I guess so. I'm not on them.
I'm just teasing. I'm just throwing it out there.
I guess so. I mean, yeah, but no, I think your instincts kick in at that point. I mean, you can't say, "Oh, I met somebody in California. We're going out now." Today virtual dating it's real, but It's not real.
It's a real thing.
It's real, but it's not realistic.
It's a real thing. Yeah. Well, anything else you want to add before I go into the real estate minutes?
She's terrific. This girl's a keeper. She's so cute. She's so Lucy. I love her. Lucille Ball.
I told him my sister thinks I'm like Lucille Ball. He said, that's exactly right.
It is.
Because he's been watching me with the whole foil on my nails and everything.
Every time I see you, I want to say, Lucy.
You didn't even think of that until I told you that. You didn't even think that, but you kept saying it today to me.
It is true.
And I'm so hilarious that I had to tell you that she thinks that. But anyway.
Very cute.
Well, anyway, I'm so happy that you were here today. And do you want to share with my viewers how they can get a hold of you and get more information from you, or what your business is?
I'm in the scrap metal recycling business up in Boston, and I'm transitioning, and I'm retiring in Boca, and that's when show come down, and we have
not me.
No, Carla, and we have tons of fun together, and we love meeting new couples, and we and if you see us out there, I'd like to go to all the good restaurants
in Boca Raton.
In Boca Raton.
Boca Raton.
Always come by and say hello. I'm very friendly and I'm an open book.
Yeah, this is Richie Covitz. Yay. Okay, so now we've got the real estate minutes. Okay, I'm just going to tell you what Freddie Mac reports are the following national averages with mortgage rates for the week ending April 25th. 30-year fixed mortgage average 7.17%, rising from last week's 7.1% average. Last year at this time was a 30-year rate average, which was 6.43%. 15-year fixed rate mortgages averaged 6.44%, increasing from 6.39% last week. A year ago, 15-year rates averaged 5.71%. What this just means to you, my friends, is if you want to buy the property of your choice, if you find a wonderful property out there, you better buy it right now, because if those interest rates come down just 1%, everybody's going to want that property, and you're going to find yourself in a bidding war, because The sales prices are not going down, my friends. They're going up. Okay. Sales prices are going up. In Florida here, if you want to live in Florida, you got to take advantage of the rates that they are right now, because these are actually pretty good. What do you have to say, Richie?
No, I agree. And I think that's a very good insight, because once they click down a little bit, it's just going to snowball.
Exactly.
And, real estate will then go skyrocket once again. I don't think it's going to, and there's no real big crash coming with that. Not with residential.
Exactly.
Commercial's another situation.
Exactly. Well, anyway, my name is Tracy Bush Pates. I'm Being Tracy. I'm Living Tracy. I'm with Keller Williams. I've got amazing partners all over the world. If you message me and let me know where it is that you're interested in living, I can find you a partner who can be wonderful for you and give you the properties that you may desire. I'm going to give you my phone number here. I have to look it up in the phone because I don't have it memorized yet. It's 561-673-7858. Please message me, or I don't answer that phone. I don't carry it. I'm not one of these people that carry two phones. I just have one phone. Also my email address is livingtracy@kw.com. I'm with Keller Williams. We have amazing partners. So if you have an agent that you're already working with, please work with them. Give them an opportunity to find you this wonderful property. But if you're not, please reach out to me. My website is livingtracy.kw.com. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. Please smash the like button on this. If you can post down below what you think, subscribe to my channel, share it with someone who might be interested. I think that we've touched on some really good material here today. Richie, what do you think?
Sure. I think we'll do more.
Anyway, this is the guy that I enjoy seeing in the morning for coffee. So we're going to have more probably. He wants to do them right after we have coffee in the morning, or right when we're having coffee. But I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I need to have some coffee first. So anyway, that's the way today went. Anyway, sending you lots of love, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Let me see how I can click this off because it's so wonderful.